Okay. Hi guys. Welcome in. Sorry about the scuff. In order to properly stream Genshin, I have to run my app as admin, and I did not do the it. So I had to restart my OBS in order to properly stream it for you guys. And so that we can get right on into it. Regardless, I finally got to Fontaine off screen, so I did a little bit of grinding and story stuff without you. I'm sorry, I had to. But our goal today by 6 o'clock is to finish the Fontaine story. Actually, I'm gonna real quick. You're gonna see my tracking go out. I'm gonna real quick try to find my phone so that I can properly advertise this, because this means a lot to me. Oh, where did my phone go? Chat, quick, call my phone. Wait, can't. Fuck. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Oh, where is it? Oh no. Shit. I don't know where it went. Hold on, I'm suffering. Oh gods, I really am suffering. Whoa. Okay, what? Fuck, where did it go? Oh, there it is.
It was hiding from me. Holy shit. Gee willikers, Batman.
Alright, I've already posted on Blue Sky. I apologize that I'm being a sellout here, but, you know,
I want to see you guys in here. Seeing you guys in here would be really nice, you know?
Ow. 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 Okay. Okay. You guys can hear the... What do you mean you can't hear the Spotify? Is it too quiet? Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Where's the Spotify? You should be able to hear the Spotify now, right? There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Goodness. Okay. Pull up my in shit just to. Oop. All right, let's get right into it, okay? My anxiety may be high, but my ADHD tends to be higher. So, off screen, what I've done is I've done some grinding. We're gonna see if we can grind for the next ascension on Venti before we can continue, because I have a plan. Stan. Done a little bit of work on him. I'm gonna be officially replacing Fischl in my team, because right now my normal team is Noelle, Fischl, Orando, and D-Luke. I know, I'm not trying to be cool. I just play with characters I like and that work well somewhat. So my plan is to use Venti for his control. Then I'm gonna use Xingqiu because I have him built, and for Vaporize. Noelle is going to be my healer, despite her not being C6. And then D-Luke is going to be my DPS. I know it's not the best option, and it's not the best format, but it's what we have. I got all of the Cecilias off screen that I need, and I have enough turquoise chunks that, stuff that I can craft into turquoise chunks. I just need to go and fight the hypostasis. So that's what we're going to do.
Someone needs assistance.
Before we get into it, and I'm gonna go ahead and, for my sake, because I want the music to play, but I don't want the Genshin music to overlap. So we're gonna real quick fight the hypostasis a couple times. I need how many? I need 12. I have 8, so I need 4 more. Because I at least want to send him one more time before we get into anything. Because I know for a fact they're gonna have me fight shit. Hi, Beth. What's up, bitch?
My royal decree.
Flames, purge!
Shit. Nope. Oh, fuck.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Obviously, D-Luke is not very well built. I haven't played this game in years. I'm just trying to get to the point where I can...
Dawn, break forth!
Fuck! Whoop. Heal up. Whoop. Hopefully this gives us 4. Because if this doesn't give us 4, I'm going to stop. I don't want to fight this thing multiple times this stream.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Ah!
As a dutiful maid would. I must leave no stone unturned.
Oh, come on! Expose yourself! Oh, that fucking hurt.
Steady as stone.
must leave no stone unturned.
Okay. Got it. Come on. Oh, come on, please.
Lay waste to the wicked!
Fucking die.
Yeah.
Please give me four. Please give me four. I'm going to stop if you don't give me four. Fuck you! Oh my god! Okay. Ugh. Move before it respawns. Y'all. Gats. Friends. Friendos. Fenty, you do nothing for me at this current moment, so I'm replacing you with another twink. And you're gonna like it.
May knowledge guide you. Body and mind.
Hi.
No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse.
Ah. Yeah. Flames, purge!
Shit! That always happens! What the hell? Feel my Luke.
By royal
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Come on.
Dawn, break forth!
Oz revealed the steady as stone.
Come on.
Midnight phantasm. Huh?
Ah. Huh? Flames, purge!
I need to learn to be patient.
Yeah. Ah.
Okay. Damn, Beth. Why are you so pissy? Alright. All the wind crystals are picked up. Come on. Don't be a bitch.
Lay waste to the wicked!
Fuck, I misclicked. Damn. Come on. I just need two more. Rat bastard. Alright. Finally. Damn. Okay. Gotta go back to Mondstadt. 71? You're fucking with me. Alright, well, it's better than nothing.
We get a free wish.
This weapon's fine. It's not the greatest, but it's fine. Yes. Yep, I just need 3 sharp arrows.
Every course of action.
I love you, dude, but no. Got him on the string list because that's the only thing I know to be good on him right now. Oh shit, I can do that now. Look, Ma, no sweat. Cannot do that right now. Oh. Yeah. That is, not happening. Can't refine it at all because I don't have any other string lists. But what I can do is where's Fontaine? There we are. We're gonna get right back into it. Go ahead and turn off my music. I'll turn it up a little bit. Probably should have eaten breakfast, but that's okay. If you guys are wondering when I stream, same time every Tuesday. Okay. Continue the trial. So, the point that I'm at right now is where we're trying to defend Linny. The only thing I know about this, other than what I've, like, played through, is Jaden animations. Linny couldn't have killed Cowl, because Cowl killed Cowl!
Both parties have
Shit,
returned to their
right.
positions. Let us continue the trial.
What's up, Nouvelit?
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough.
Shut the fuck up.
Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention.
I fucking hate theater kids. I'm theater kids. Hi, Chupa, welcome in.
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Okay, based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new inferences. Farina was my most divine pick of a character I like in this whole game. Trust. Divisive. You find and refute all incorrect content, complete the cycle of refutation, and unveil the truth.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Why they gotta draw him so cunty?
He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny
Can't believe
red-handed.
Just actually on a murder trial again.
So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
Okay.
And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
That's not what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objection?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
Okay. He headed to the chamber containing the Orator's core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place, thus did not hear the thud. Shows badge. I'm an attorney! No. No. Was it this one? No. Okay, so he entered the tunnel, but
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
okay. No.
Linny went to the room that
Okay.
contains
I do not
the
believe that is
Oratrice's
relevant
core.
to the evidence traveler.
This
Shut up!
is the actual truth.
The existing evidence indicates that when Liddy returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place, and all Linny saw was...
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
Oh my god, shut up! Throughout the entire Archon quest in Fontaine, you'll have these trials. All you gotta know is only the text in blue can be refuted. Okay.
When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel.
Okay.
But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
Yes, he is.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to
was stupid.
Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Because he didn't!
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed!
My
I
reasoning?
never heard about the VA drama. It makes me sad here, knowing Paimon's a piece of shit. Yeah.
It's okay, I'm Paimon now!
Anyway. God, I wish. Nah, I wouldn't work for Genshin as long as the strike is going on. I would love to voice a character in Genshin Impact. However, not while the strike's going on. I ain't a scab. Woo, Cody for Paimon.
I think I could do a bad Paimon! I could sound like a better Paimon! Let's be fucking real! I mean, Lakrina's talented and all, but at the same time, she's, like, mean.
It's rude. Anyway. Okay, the onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Linny by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Let's go.
Well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Linny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
Meh. Yeah? Working? No. You can pop in. I'm just gonna... No problem. Caps. Specifically, the strike for English VAs are to create a union monopoly. There's a whole ordeal. TLDRs, almost everyone vouching for it, was leaving out that it was for the union having total control over the VA system to make it American only, sadly. Catching and Paimon are basically witch hunting anyone who goes against it. That's why the new VA, that change, got yelled at since he can't be in the union, since he's literally Japanese. Ooh, I didn't know that. Okay, me and my girlfriend were actually talking about this. I'm gonna send that to my girlfriend so that she's aware. New info I just got. Okay. Alrighty then. I did not know that. That's a new bit of information. It's a whole mess, but strike started good because but kept going because they want a monopoly. Now it's been brought to light by people who were formerly in the strike. Venti's V talked about it too and really wants to come back and is hoping to in 5.6 because they agree it's not good anymore. Woof. Yeah, we love Erica. We stand Erica. I know that Erica wouldn't stand for anything that's like, not Gucci. Erica's too... Hey! No. Okay. She is a good noodle. We love Erica. All right. Let's go.
You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has now become my weapon. And your claim has also become a critical clue. Okay. So it's one of these three.
That's right! wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! Ha ha! How do you like that?
Well played.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was
Funny
it?
enough, a character you haven't met yet in this region, Daddy Prison Ward, explained it clearly for everyone who didn't understand too, and was very respectful to everyone about it too. So not only is he a heartthrob in the game and IRL, he respects people too. It's crazy. Ah, yes, Wolfman. Okay. The murderer was... Select the gear icons in the interface to check corresponding case questions. Select answers and fill all the empty gears to verify the corrections of your deduction. If you've made mistakes, you must make another selection for the remaining options. Okay. Once you've answered all the questions correctly, then you complete this logic chain. God, I love Navia. She's so gooby. Yeah. Okay. Guard's investigation report indicates that fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell in the box below. I already know it was Cowell. If Linny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Linny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. The idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Linny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. I'm going to the VOD. So... My only regret is I won't be able to be here for the end of Act 2, aka best cutscene in the game sub. Don't worry, I will post this. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of the onstage interactions. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. Reason for this remains unknown. Catharsis.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own
Cowell killed Cowell. Oh, ad break coming in 5 minutes.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
Oh, is that...
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Okay.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
What's up, baby?
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Okay. So...
No one entered or left. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny was not in the tunnel at that... Halsey's clothing was in...
Nope. Okay. So
the deceased's name is
Cowell. Then...
No one entered or left the opera house. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. It would have been tough for both people to... Lenny was not in the tunnel at that...
Come on. Nope. Okay.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So... It would have been tough for both people to fit into the...
No. Fuck.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that... It would have been tough for both people... The deceased's name is Cowell.
Come on. Oh, okay. We got those.
The deceased's name is Cowell. No one entered or left...
Well,
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having...
I see how it is. So
I
this
didn't
was
know if you
all
could get
just
it
a
wrong
bluff.
because-
And
Okay,
here I
okay,
thought
take
you
it.
had
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's
up,
initial
Ty boy?
design.
Yay!
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very like... And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Water tank.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Uh-oh.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hello, sweet boy. Cat has decided to sit on my lap. Hello, sweet boy. My sweet baby boy. You just wanted to be held. Sweet child. You want paw squishies? You want paw squishies? Why do we exist, Nouvellette? Said D-Luke. What? Hold on a second.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... The deceased's name is Cowell. Lenny...
Okay.
The
water.
vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
Type shit.
The water.
Okay. Sorry, cat distracting.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well.
War song PTSD start.
Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must
Type
be out
shit.
there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him.
I mean, he's right.
But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
That is not.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
A guard returns with news.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
Okay.
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
Uh-oh. What does that
The
mean?
note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
Shit.
As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Could really add great power combo into this
People can
water
become
eats
water.
French people.
Does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl,
Tastes like baguette. Yeah, okay, Genshin. Oh my god! Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor.
God, he's so cunty.
If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
We heard your feedback, and in 4.2, we shall be dissolving the country of France in celebration and advertisement of Fontaine. Please take this code for 60 Primo Gems. Goodbye, France. No, that's criminal. Oh my god, that's criminal. Oh my god. Fucking hell, dude. Oh, that's horrid. Okay. Oh, we gotta lock in. Come on.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that Water from the primordial sea.
Oh, more thinking, yay! Okay.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank.
People online, I love. Here's I'm eating my joke. It's okay. I love their advertisement of killing the French, but it could have been a tentpole or free character. So stingy those devs are.
The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's assistant. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not... The rope that strung the water tank... The water from the primordial sea...
Okay, so the hook is correct.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such...
Nope. Fuck. Okay. So it's the rope, him, and the box.
Lynette was in the magic box on stage. The water from the primordial sea should already have been... The deceased's name is Cowl.
Oh, okay.
The deceased's name is Cowl. I remember there was something else.
Ha-ha! I got it! Current suspect, a rope, the dude, some water, or a paper coating.
Ahem! It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Come on, shut the fuck up, dude.
In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his track.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Gotta be the water. Here we go!
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case, and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
The moments of sadness are so good because she's trained to sound shy and sad. Yes.
Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Okay, listen.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
No! I hate that I'm defending
Am
Fatui.
I right,
Fuck off!
Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the end of the...
Oh no! Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move.
I think we've all seen, and I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good.
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What in...
No offense, miss, but miracles like...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
What's going on?
And voila!
Halsey! Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So...
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from MONDSTAT.
Hey, yo!
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
Oh, hold on, wait. Take a moment and think about the fact that a break in the case was that they were Fatui because they belonged to a publicly Shnishnayan organization headed publicly by a harbinger. And they were like, oh my god, the twist. Like, imagine finding out a McDonald's serves burgers in court case from the president as the prosecuting attorney. Oh my god.
That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Girl from the beginning of the act, it's her.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're a practice hand at concealment, probably a professional thief could make a.
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous
This
reason.
time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Oh god, it's more thinking. Okay. No. So. Wait. See. Loves Ace Attorney, hates thinking, my eternal struggle. No. No. Ah.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened. The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell. Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
There we go.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time!
God, shut up!
Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked.
Okay.
Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
That'll do it.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statement? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
Bitch, take it in stride. Admit you were wrong.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowl entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed.
Ah, we have an hour!
However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Shut the fuck up!
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
What?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
What? He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I should...
An outrage. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Oh, shit. Ayo, why'd that robot kind of thick, though? Nothing is found at the scene apart from the liquid left behind after Vaughn dissolved.
So, we're just going back now?
The problem seems to have been solved for now. We're not needed here
That's
anymore.
true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just didn't want to see anyone be falsely accused.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how
You're a
Father,
criminal!
who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days.
Okay.
But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks.
Oh.
He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
What? Oh, no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Villains.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
Oh, thank God.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I can't completely trust you. I'm sorry, you're fucking fatuous.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Bye, bitch! Fuck off.
Bye, Linny!
Alright. Look. I know some of you are gonna come at me. Some of you are gonna come at me saying like, oh, but Liddy's just a guy. He's so cunty. You literally said, look how cunty he is. Yada, yada, yada. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't care. This bitch is fatuous. What's up, shawty?
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
I didn't want to be
you
around
looking for us,
Chewie.
Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
No.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I wasn't necessarily looking into serial disappearance case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
I don't want it.
And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
If you say so.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right, then. Let's have our farewell meal.
Oh, boy. Offerings to the Fontaine. Offer the Hydra. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna real quick adjust party setup. Yeah, get out of here.
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Alright, let's see. is full of water. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, I need to complete the trials. Huh. This is fun. Okay. be. Aha! Aha! Yay! I did it! Whoa. What's that button do? This is fun. Okay. This ain't that bad. Oh, it carries me right there. Okay. Give me that. At least I know I will not drown. Ooh, chest. Oh. Just wondering why it was just floating like that. Okay. And away we go. Okay. Now I just gotta scale the wall. Don't ask Venti what he's doing in Fontaine. He won't answer. Will get me there faster.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Okay. No table?
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It is worth celebrating, even though it's fortuitous.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon... Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
No, don't say
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Fuck.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
Okay.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydro Archon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do so.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might
point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Would someone with her personality really feel shame?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fonta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
My drink also tasted that way too.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fonta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Navia's a sweetheart.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
She's so cute. Here we are.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again, huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Some lady's calling out to me, but it's not my name.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Oh, fuck. Oh. Oceanid?
Vache, are you... my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? I'm... Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
She be one of the girls who were dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vacher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vacher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vacher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Vacher was a witness to the fact you dissolved?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Some measure of consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
But... Batty! Batty! Oh, fuck. What?
Come on, hurry! Navi is outnumbered!
What? What the fuck happened?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Lesbian?
Quick, now's our chance!
Oh my god. Jesus! What the leg? Oh my god, they're dating.
I should thank you
Ma'am.
for lending us your
Ma'am.
sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Oh no, they're exes.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Oh my god,
He would
she's
do
so
the same
hot.
were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Oh my god!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
God, I love women.
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
God, I love women. Mood martyr.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle,
Oh my
I
God.
believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
Hey, asking for a friend. Who was that?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Okay, so
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
shut the fuck up.
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be
Fanta
sure.
only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Oh my god! Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine, otherwise we would have
I
been...
sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in the this mess too, aren't we?
I just want to find my brother and
You did
beat
foil
his
a plan
ass.
that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vache was the witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
Tell everyone what happened when you were connected to the ocean.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
By we, you mean us too, right?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well,
I'm
you
kind
did
of forced
say
to.
that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
Can I just
And
threaten the
besides,
god?
we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Yeah, no, it'll cost.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations
I need a
for you.
screen cap of that face.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Oh, our base is definitely secure. Let's see, where am I going? Oh. I'm going back.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Oh. Huh. Why are we in the sewers? Oh, I missed a lizard. Oopsie. We are going to go until I'm kicked off. Got you. Actually, let me take a look. Am I full yet? Oh. Oh, shit. There's no pulls. Should I do a single standard pull? Should that happen? I think it'd be fun. Well, we'll take the time. We'll do a single pull. Yeah. It's a 3-star. No streamer luck. Damn. Actually, let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Odyssey's on there.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Thank you.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right?
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
Oh, sweet precious baby.
If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive.
Oh,
He even
sweet
hid the
precious
fact that my
baby.
mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Oh. We're quite alike in this
Demoiselle,
regard.
please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh.
No wonder they're exes!
Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
No wonder you're exes!
That's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Oh, he
Yes,
intended
that
to
is
die.
our understanding
It was
as well.
Suicide.
Oh, all right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining
No,
towards
you're
you.
fine.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This...
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Whether it be
lord.
this won't do.
Get off my screen.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Oh, thank God. Perfect. Perfect fucking timing, dude. All right, let's claim this. Fuck yeah. Give me this shit. Boom. 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 Bada bing, bada fucking boom, guys. We managed to complete a decent amount of the Fontaine quest before we were put down for maintenance, which is good. I'm gonna watch this shit go down. I'm gonna see if I can claim my rewards first. Teleport. See if we can get these.
Add Astra.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck! I clicked the wrong thing! I'll go read this later. Okay.
Add Astra. Thank you for
Claim. And
Add Astra.
dispatch, claim all, and dispatch again. Okay. With that being said, we managed to get through a decent amount. We are on chapter 4, act 2, which is cool. I am not going to be able to play anything else tonight, unfortunately. I will be grinding the fuck out of this. And I might honestly complete everything off screen. If you want to see me play this more, make sure to join my Discord, where I will likely be playing this in the voice chat and streaming on the voice chat. So if you want to see the rest of the story and see the new event, if I am not done it by the next time I stream, which will be on Tuesday next week, 4 p.m. EST to 6 p.m. EST, make sure to join my Discord and see me do everything that I do off camera. I know that I should probably do more for my streaming, but I just do not have the time in the current moment. I'm between jobs, looking for a new one while, you know, slowly trying to ease out of my old one so it's not as horrid. So it's a lot of stress. But however, regardless, I hope all of you enjoyed today's gaming sesh, enjoyed today's stream, and yeah. Ooh, wrong thing. Without further ado, my name is Cadicius the Dragon Witch. I have been your ever so humble streamer, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!